Imagine a pivotal moment in American history when the promise of equality for millions hung in the balance, only to be systematically undone. What complex web of forces and decisions led to the rollback of these hard-won gains, fundamentally reshaping the trajectory of the nation for generations? The ending of Reconstruction in the American South was not the result of a single individual or event, but rather a complex interplay of several powerful forces. It was primarily brought about by a coalition of white Southern Democrats, often referred to as redeemers, combined with the strategic withdrawal of federal support and the pervasive use of violence and intimidation by white supremacist groups. The core mechanism driving this reversal was the determination of white Southerners to restore their pre-civil or social and racial hierarchy. This movement, known as redemption, aimed to dismantle the political and economic power gained by African Americans and their Republican allies during Reconstruction. Southern Democrats used a variety of tactics, including the formation of paramilitary groups like the Ku Klux Klan and the White League, to terrorize black citizens and white Republicans, suppressing their votes and participation in government. Meanwhile, Northern political will to continue federal intervention waned, facing economic depression and a desire for national reconciliation that prioritized white unity over black civil rights. Practically, the end of Reconstruction unfolded through a series of actions that systematically undermined federal authority and black political power. Southern states began to reassert control by enacting discriminatory laws and revising state constitutions to disenfranchise black voters through poll taxes, literacy tests, and grandfather clauses. The federal government, after nearly a decade of intervention, gradually withdrew its troops from Southern states, effectively removing the military protection that had been crucial for enforcing civil rights. This withdrawal allowed white supremacist groups to operate with increased impunity, solidifying democratic control and further marginalizing African American communities. A significant turning point was the Compromise of 1877, an unwritten agreement that resolved the disputed 1876 presidential election. In exchange for Southern Democratic support in making Rutherford B. Hayes president, Republicans agreed to withdraw the remaining federal troops from Louisiana, South Carolina, and Florida. This act symbolized the official end of federal efforts to protect black rights and reconstruct Southern society. This allowed the Redeemer governments to solidify their power, leading to an era of systematic racial segregation and oppression known as Jim Crow. Ultimately, the responsibility for ending Reconstruction rests with the powerful convergence of white Southern resistance and violence, coupled with a national political shift that prioritized sectional peace over the enforcement of federal protections for black citizens. This tragic abandonment of Reconstruction's goals created a deep and lasting legacy of racial inequality that would profoundly shape American society for decades to come, underscoring the fragility of civil rights gains without sustained commitment and protection.